Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to video 29. It's IFRS 8 operating segment. This standard is not there in your financial reporting syllabus, but it's there for the SBR students. So, IFRS 8 requires an entity to disclose information about each of its operating segment. Now, what is an operating segment? Operating segment is a segment that engages in a business activity for which they earn revenue and incur expense. Results are reviewed by the chief operating decision maker and for which financial information is available. If these three things are present in a component of an entity, it is called as an operating segment. Okay. Now, what are the reporting threshold that says that if you are beyond this level, you have to disclose? IFRS 8 requires entity has to separately report information about their operating segment if it meets one of the following quantitative threshold. First, sales. Your sales has to be 10% or more of the combined revenues of all the operating segment. Remember, the sales will cover both international and external sales revenue. Next is your profit and loss. If your profit and loss is 10% or more of the greater in absolute amount of combined reporting profit that do not report a loss and combined loss that report a loss. So whichever of these two, first add all of the segment which is giving a profit, then add up all those segment which is giving a loss, compare the two, whichever is greater, you have to take the 10% of that. Okay, next, your asset has to be 10% or more of the combined asset of all the operating segment. So individually you have to see this line by line if it is meeting the threshold or not. If any of the one threshold is met, it is a reporting operating segment. Sales is more than 10% or more, profit or loss is 10% or more, asset is 10% or more. So everything is 10% or more. The three things are sales, profit and loss, or asset. Okay. Now, this is the next beyond the quantitative threshold that we have just gone through. That is the 10%. This is known as 75% rule. At least 75% of the entity's external revenue should be included in that operating segment. So if your quantitative test result in the segmented disclosure of less than this, then you can bring out your other reportable segment until you reach the 75%. What does it mean? See, for example, you did not report a segment as an operating segment because it did not meet the 10% threshold. But the rule also says that your operating segment has to report at least 75% of external revenue. That means if after adding up all the segment you are not reaching to 75%, those segment which you have not, which did not come under operating threshold under the 10%, now you can start reporting it so that you reach the 75% threshold. Okay. Disclosure. So for each reportable segment, IFRS 8 has to disclose this. First, the measure of profit and loss, measure of total assets, and measure of total liabilities. Now, the exam kit questions cleansed you have to do. And thank you for watching. And I shall see you in the next standard, which is IFRS 9 financial instruments. The most trickiest out of all the standards in the FR and SBR syllabus. So thank you for watching.